G'day and welcome back to the channel, Ginger Ninja's Movie Reviews. I'm the Ginger Ninja and these are my Trashy Tuesday movie reviews. If you're new to my channel, thank you very much for tuning in, stopping by and checking it out. If you wouldn't mind, please do consider hitting that thumbs up button and of course subscribing to the channel. Be very much appreciated. Now, you might be wondering, what exactly is Trashy Tuesday? Well, Trashy Tuesday is a series that I look at a trashy film and review it. Now, trashy doesn't always mean bad, by no means. However, there are some that really walk that fine line between just utterly tasteless and fun. This one is one of those. It is none other than Troma's Surf Nazis Must Die from 1987. Now, before I get into the film, I do want to say a big thank you to all my new and existing subscribers. Seriously, I'm overwhelmed. And I know I say thank you every week, but I truly mean it. Thank you so much for your continued support. So let's get into the movie. Directed by Peter George, the film stars Gail Neely, Robert Harden, Barry Brenner, Dawn Wildsmith, Michael Sonyi, and many more. Now, the plot. When the son of a gun-wielding woman is murdered by neo-Nazi surf punks in the post-apocalyptic future, his mama hunts him down for some bloodthirsty revenge. Yeah, that is pretty much a plot direct from IMDb, and it's pretty much spot on. So, yeah, they got it right for once. Now, this is one of those films where I honestly don't know what to say about it. I rewatched this and I was like, what the did I just rewatch? Yeah, rewatch. I know, right? I had seen this one a long time ago, back in ye old days of VHS, where you would hire it out from a video store. And yeah, I honestly don't remember a lot about it. So I saw this on eBay and I picked it up on DVD really cheap. Like, I'm talking a couple of bucks. So I'm like, how bad could it be? And as you can see behind me, hopefully you can see it. I'm still getting used to the new setup. But there are a bunch of special features on here. I haven't had a chance to go through them, but there's tons here. And that's one thing, physical media, you get special features, which are always good. Anyway, I'm digressing and going on about stuff, but this is a Troma film, so you kind of know what to expect from Troma films. Usually. This is a bit different from the classic gross out slime fest we've come to know and expect from Troma. Like, if you've watched any of their previous films, Romeo and Juliet, any of the Toxic Avengers, Class of Nukem High, any of those, and hundreds of others, this is very different. This is, while it's still over the top and ludicrous, it's more grounded. It's a slower, it's a moodier, it's just less outright comedic. And while it does have campy performances and absurd moments, it leans more into the dystopian, almost art house-esque vibe at times, rather than a full-on splatterfest of insanity. So without further ado, I guess it's surfs up.
Tuesday's never gonna plan. 80s horror in a blood of tan. VHS tapes got a midnight fan. Stop by 9 years, leads through the night. Alien wars and a neon fight. Android streaming, caught in freaking light. Trashy Tuesdays, it's a pure delight.
So now on to the cast. And look, the acting in Surf Nazis Must Die is exactly what you'd expect from a low-budget, Troma-produced B-movie. Deliberately over the top, laughably bad, but fitting the film's absurd premise. Barry Brenner hams it up as Adolf. Yeah, Adolf. Delivering lines with a bizarre mix of menace and cheesiness, while Michael Sonyi, as Mengele, is particularly eccentric, and he actually adds an extra layer of creepiness to the gang. You know, the standout, however, is Gail Neely as Eleanor Washington. She brings a surprising amount of energy and humor to her role, making her an unexpectedly badass protagonist. Yeah, the rest of the surf Nazis and minor characters just mostly exist to be either cartoonishly evil or cannon fodder um, along the way. Yeah, while no one really gives a great performance, they all contribute to the film's unhinged energy. So now on to the directing and the writing. And Peter George's direction leans heavily into grindhouse aesthetic, with long, moody shots of sunlit beaches, decrepit urban environments, and a punk-inspired feel to it. It adds to the film's post-apocalyptic vibe. There's a very clear attempt to channel Mad Max meets The Warriors with street gangs controlling their turf and the surf Nazis ruling the shoreline. There's that very distinctive post-apocalyptic feel and that also almost urban decay feel to it. However, it also suffers from serious pacing issues. The setup takes way too long, and large portions of the film feel padded with scenes of the gangs lounging around, arguing, or asserting their dominance over other beachgoers. There's so many different beach gangs. There's a samurai beach gang. There's other gangs that are roaming the streets. There's some skater punks, which they're land surfers or something. It's really odd. And this does help establish the film's grimy and somewhat lawless setting. It does make the middle part of the film stretch and feel sluggish. Which for a film that has a runtime of an hour and 23 minutes, it's not a good thing. The script feels minimal. It relies more on atmosphere and less dialogue, setting up the surroundings, but not actually allowing you to know about where the characters have come from or their backstories. When the characters actually do speak, the writing is loaded with just absurdity and one-liners and just exaggerated villainy. The concept, however, is brilliant in its base form, but its ridiculousness and its execution feels stretched. It's a movie that doesn't fully capitalize on its own insane brilliance. So now on to the effects. And look, being a low budget film, Surf Nazis Must Die relies on low budget effects. It's not surprising. However, what is surprising is their effectiveness. The action and the violence are cartoonish rather than realistic. The fights are handled with an exaggerated lo-fi style. Blood effects, explosions, things like that are very minimal, but they're functional. The film's overall grime and dirtiness gives it a punk-like underground feel that it matches the Troma brand. One of the characters has a hook hand. And yes, his character is named rather appropriately Hook. But the size and the type of hook kept changing from scene to scene. 1 minute it's wide, the next it's thin. 1 minute it has like some sort of spring type bulb on the end of it, and then the hook. I don't know if it was intentional or not, but when I noticed it and I kept noticing it, it actually took me out of the film. So now on to rewatchability. Like I said, I saw this many, many years ago on VHS. Yeah. But now I own it on DVD, so will I go back and rewatch it? Honestly, probably not. Look, it was fun to watch again once, but there was nothing there to make me really want to go back and revisit it. However, the amount of special features on here, I will be checking them out for sure. Final verdict. Unlike Troma's more well-known films, Toxic Avenger, Class of Nukem High, it's missing its extreme gore, its over-the-top practical effects, and relentless energy that define Troma's biggest hits. Instead, it focuses more on the aesthetics and the atmosphere, which makes it stand out in its own regards. But it also makes it tougher to sell for those expecting non-stop craziness and shenanigans. If you're into trashy, obscure cinema, Surf Nazis Must Die is one of those movies you just have to see for the title alone. Or maybe you're exploring the wild world of Troma entertainment and Troma films and wanted to see how this stacks up against their other films. So for those type of people, yeah, it's definitely worth a watch. Would I say it fully delivers? Not quite. But if you're the type that enjoys oddball, low-budget grindhouse flicks, you can probably get at least some fun out of this one. Overall, for a score, the film gets a 5.5 out of 10. And there you have it. That is my review of Surf Nazis Must Die. I don't know, like, what more can I say about this one? Have you seen this film? If you have, let me know what you thought of it down in the comments below, because I am keen to hear your thoughts on it, because it is a very different Troma film. Like, it's not their usual, like I said, it's not the usual gore fest. There's very minimal nudity. There's very minimal blood. It's more the aesthetic, the feel of it. So yeah, if you've seen this one, let me know what you thought of it down in the comments below. If you haven't already, please do give this video a thumbs up. Be much appreciated. And of course, if you've made it to through all my ramblings about this film, please do hit that subscribe button. And if you want to see more of these, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I do release a new review. Obviously, Trashy Tuesdays, we've got plenty of those coming up because there is a non-stop well of trashy films. And of course, Franchise Fridays, they're still going, and yeah, there's some good ones coming up. Anyway, look, before I dribble on too much, thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.
In the shadow sharp as a blade, 60 seconds hitting like a fast-paced raid. The energy is breaking down the plot. Vodka shots, taking aim at the big shots. Trashy Tuesdays.